Good morning, Tammy.
Good morning.
Tammy
Gomoluch.
Gomoluch. And would you spell that for us?
Gomoluch.
CH. And Tammy, we hear your voice here in Maria every day. And it'll be so wonderful for the sisters to have the picture now of who you are. You do exercise, direct exercise in the morning.
Mm-hmm. I do morning stretch.
Yes.
Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings at 9:45. You can watch me on TV. And then Tuesday and Thursday mornings at 9:30, Tai Chi.
Oh my.
And then Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 3 o'clock, group exercise.
And you are an exercise expert at this point.
Well, I guess some folks
Yes.
would call me that,
Yes.
but
Yes.
I do the best I can.
Yes. And Tai Chi, do you have a nice response from the sisters?
I have 6.
Beautiful.
And that's a nice group.
Yes.
That's a nice group because if someone gets into a little trouble or they have a question, it's a little easier to stop and kind of
Yes.
work with that person.
Yes. And in the morning, you depend on the sisters to turn on the television to channel 120.
121.
121.
Yes.
And do you get responses from them or the nurses or?
Nilda and Cheryl went around in the beginning and kind of scoped out the floors to see if there was an interest, and they found that there were several that watched and that were participating.
Mm-hmm.
And then over these, since we started it, I do get comments from sisters that they watch.
That.
And,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and there are some times, like if I'm sick or whatever, or if it's a holiday and I'm not here, then that it doesn't take place.
Mm-hmm.
But
So how long have you been with the Adrian Dominican Sisters?
I started in May of '96.
Oh my heavens.
I started out as a nursing assistant, and then it wasn't too long after that my position opened, and I kind of I applied for it kind of like on a dare from a couple of coworkers at the time, and I thought I think I'm going to go for it, and I did, and here I am.
What do you love about the position you have now?
I like the variety.
Mm-hmm.
It's different. You never know what's going to happen from one minute to the next. Mm-hmm. And each day is different. I can also, with the calendars, I can also plan things. And then of course, you've got your other big functions, your happy hours. And now, like today, we're helping out with the spelling bee and things. So there's a huge variety of things.
Well, the spelling bee is something new, isn't
Mm-hmm.
it?
Yeah.
Would you mind?
I'm not quite sure with all of the information on that. It is something that we're hoping that we can do every year.
And how many contestants do you have?
I
bet about 10.
Yeah, I think there was about 9 or 10.
And these are our own sisters,
Yep,
the Dominican
sisters.
Sisters.
Yep.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We should do that with the co-workers too.
Well, I wouldn't be involved in that, but that would be a good idea.
Yes. I'm a spell checker myself.
Oh.
Yes, yes. I also know you plan birthday parties for the different floors. Are you part of that also?
I take care of 3 South and Regina, and then I incorporate Weber in with that. The other activity gals and myself, we each have floors that we are representatives for, and we take care of their party needs and things. So, and I have 3 South and Regina and Weber.
Now, was Nilda the director in 1996?
Mm-hmm.
So she's the one that interviewed you
Yes.
and said, "Come hither."
Yes.
come hither.
Yes.
But your first job was as an aide. And how did you happen to know that was available?
It was kind of, I was at a low period in my life, and I needed something. And I got looking in the paper, and I saw an ad for nursing assistants, and we'll train, and so I thought, well, I think I could do that. Being a mom of 3, I've had to take care of, and I was coaching cheerleading at the time, and I kind of thought, with my people experience, I think I could do that. So I went to Madden and walked in the doors, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's beautiful. So I asked for an application and filled it out, turned it in, and got a phone call like a couple days later, which I wasn't expecting that soon. I was hired, and at the time they sent the girls to Votech for nursing assistant training.
Wonderful.
And so I did my training, and then actually I was supposed to be on second shift, but they decided to keep me on days, and then of course I was moved around all over, so I had an experience on all the floors and stuff. And
The 2 and 3 South hadn't been built yet, had it? Had it?
Yep, because actually I started out on 3 South.
Well, that was a challenge, I'm sure. Yes, yes. You mentioned 3 children. How was that once you started working as a nursing assistant? Were they in school already?
They were, yes, they were. My youngest daughter, she was in junior high, and then my oldest daughter, she was a sophomore, and then my son was a freshman, and then my youngest daughter, 8th grade, I think she was. So now they're older, and I'm a grandma, and
You're a grandma.
so
Well, you belie that. I mean, you look like a teenager yourself. Do people tell you that?
they do.
Yes.
I always tell them it's because you ladies keep me young.
Oh, God bless you. That's very dear of you. So how many grandchildren?
I have 4.
Oh, lucky. Do
2
you have
girls.
time with them?
My youngest grandson lives just outside of Seattle, well, in Port Orchard, Washington. My daughter moved there from Alaska. She was in the Coast Guard. And then they decided, her and her husband decided to move to Washington, and so that's where she lives. My son lives in Deerfield, so he has a daughter. And then my oldest daughter lives in Oregon, Ohio, with my oldest granddaughter and my oldest grandson.
Well, how wonderful. A rich life.
They keep me young, they keep me busy. I can love them up, and then at the end of the day, if I need to, I can ship them home with their parents.
During your time here at the DLC, have any sisters touched your heart or that have passed and you cannot help but remember them? You either worked with them or served them in some way?
Oh, there's been many. Many. I would have to say Bartholomew Kitco.
Oh, my.
That was, it's always hard, and you always try not to get attached because there's so many that touch you every day. But as hard as it is to not get attached, there's always that one. Bartholomew.
Yeah. What a dear.
Bartholomew.
Yeah. And she's been deceased a few years now. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was also hard when Helen Balcedo passed.
Yeah. Well, she was
was
on
in
your
our
team.
yeah.
Yes. So you worked with her a long time.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, and probably depended on her because she was the only Adrian Dominican at that point.
Right.
Now you have
Sister Sandy, yep.
Sister Sandy,
Yep.
yes. Talking about becoming attached, like in hospitals, people, the patient is there and then they leave, so there's no time to get attached. But here in the DLC, you see them in the dining room, you see them going to chapel, you see the sisters enjoying gatherings such as you provide, exercises as well as other things. So there's every opportunity to become attached.
Right.
And it's strange if you don't, I would imagine.
Right. Well, yeah. When I first started, Diane Bayes, she's in the room now that she was in when I first started.
Oh my.
So we have a relationship too, but
Yeah.
she's been in that same room the whole
Oh
time.
my. Is there not a dearer soul than her? Amen.
Yes.
Yes, we love her
Yes.
love her deeply. Well, I can't thank you enough for your years of service. Is there any major change you have seen since you've been working here that you would like to speak of for our history?
Well, there's always change. I think the biggest thing would be all of the construction that has occurred over the years, because usually when, in the past, when Regina was being renovated and Weber, our department was the ones that moved, furniture and helped pack and moved and stored and stuff, and condensed our spaces, and that's changes like that.
Yes.
Has been so many.
Yes. And there have been renovations even
Lots
going on
of,
right now.
yes,
Right.
always changing.
Well,
Never
that's-
a dull moment.
That's good stewardship, though, isn't it? As when you to keep things up to date. Yes. Well, God bless you, Tammy, and thank you for your time with us today.
Thank you.
And may you continue to bring joy to our lives like you have.
I plan on it.
Your plan.